Good afternoon from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well. So plenty of love your way as usual. Now, I'm hoping your new year has started off in the best way possible. Before I get out and about this week for my interviews, 3 classic stories coming up that have never been told before from the Category A system. And this man first that I bring to the table in story 1 today is a man I mentioned about him, but I forgot his name. I now remember his name, and how could he have not been in my hardest, toughest, baddest men of all time to have ever, and warlords, to have ever graced the Category A high security system. And many that are listening will go, yes, Yami, 100%. So a bit of background to this. His name is ISHMAEL, right? He's dark, he's built like a tank, and he wears glasses and could be seen like a professor because he's quite well spoken. He doesn't hold a lot of conversations and engage in long conversation for long, right? This is the guy that I told you about that when he used to walk past me when I was in the mix of all the big names and they don't like each other and one's calling me this side and one, he used to walk past me and he used to say, Yami, there can only be one. I think personally, the person that he kind of favoured the most would have been Gary Tyson, right? If I remember rightly. But really, this guy is so serious. If you say the wrong thing, his glasses changes and his eyes almost bother. Listen to me, seriously, he's very, very intelligent as well. But I put him down as a good guy, right? So imagine there was a guy that I used to hang around with. I think he was from Nottingham or Derby. His name, I think, was Dexter. I'm hearing rest in peace, right? In the early days, this guy's built like a tank, yeah. He was on the roids, though, at that time, I believe. And one of my robbing partners, you know that I've moved with certain man over the years when I'm up to my no good bollocks inside there, back in the day, right? So me and him joined forces in Loudon Grange, right? Dexter, right? And he used to smoke and all that as well, right? But I thought he was all right. He was really strong as well. One day, 2 prison officers come to take him for a drugs test, right? But he was so upset. He got out of his bed. He said, yeah, wait at the door. I'm coming. When he came out the door, he just went bang, bang. Both of them were spark out. That's why he got moved to the Category A system from Loudon. You know what I'm talking about if you was in Loudon at that time, right? He's gone to the Category A's, right? So I bump into them all again on my next round after Loudon. He catches up, right? Something's going on, but him and ISHMAEL must have had some words. ISHMAEL must have looked to him and said, listen, just, you know what I mean? Mind yourself, boy. That's what ISHMAEL said to him, right? So he said, do you think you checked it? But he was half-hearted when he was arguing about ISHMAEL. It was like he's not used to being spoken to like that. But to me, I think Barry Williams was there as well. Barry Williams was always in the categories with me, right? Look, I think, and ISHMAEL kind of sidelined and Delahunty went off. He goes, oh, all right, cool. He went away and he got the biggest spike. He started asking everyone for a spike, which is a big weapon, homemade weapon, right? They're all telling him, all of us are telling him, listen, mind how you go with my man, ISHMAEL. He goes, well, you look chatting, man. Obviously, Dexter didn't want to fight ISHMAEL physically. They're about the same size, to be honest. Listen to me. He tried to go in on ISHMAEL. ISHMAEL just took it off him and smashed him just with 2 punches. Listen, they thought that he died, right? He was out for about 2 weeks. He never woke up, bruv. Ask anyone, man. He was in hospital. He got out of the coma. I'm telling you, it was only 2 punches, right? ISHMAEL was a serious man, man. Can't believe I couldn't remember his name. Now, the other thing, right? It's happening on 2 or 3 other occasions in the other cases as well, where ISHMAEL's hit one punch people, and there was even a rumour, I can't even talk about it, man, due to certain families out there, they hit one of them and they ended up in a mental institution. When I tell you this guy was absolutely naturally strong, don't even really have to train that much, man. I'm telling you, and he's really polite. He won't start no arguments or nothing, but he's waiting and waiting that if you say the wrong thing to me, you are out of the game. I struggle to believe now when I'm thinking of him, and I put everyone together. Gary Tyson did like him as well. A couple of the other lot, they kind of respect him as well. But he's a lone ranger. He's a one-man army, and he don't make friends easy. As usual, I think he likes me, right? And that was his favourite saying to me, Yami, there can only be one. What he really meant was that he's highly intelligent. What he was saying, Yami, you have to choose one which you favour the most. But that would have been really difficult to me. Really difficult for me because, you know, that I loved everyone. But that's what I think with that sentence that he meant. But honestly, I don't want to go too deep into it. But Uncle Yami pays respects to Ishmael. He's got his life together outside now, right? But anyone who knows, who's been in the category A's, they're going to say, if they don't come in the comments and say that Ishmael was a serious man, right? I can't talk about the other knockouts. I can't. Because it could cause unrest everywhere. So we'll leave it. But Uncle Yami tells you all today that remember that name, Ishmael. And I struggle to believe if there was anyone who might be able to hurt him. But there was a saying, right? Them lot was all saying one time, they said, Yami, look, it's one of those men that if 5 of you go in there to fight him, you know, you bet on 5 people winning to go in on 1 man. Everyone was betting that they won't win 5 man. Imagine that. That 5 man at the end, they could go in. But everyone was taking bets saying, nah, if you go in there with my man, you're not going to hurt him and you're not going to come. Imagine the odds on that for a man like that. They're saying, nah, I'm not betting on you 5. I'm betting on him. So that gives you some insight into a guy called Ishmael, right? I'll try and get the surname for you, but someone's going to clarify it in the comments. Coming up in a minute, North versus South in the Cat A's, Sam Cole and a 20-stone Hercules geezer. Another heated North and South where it all went bananas. Get ready, I'm coming up in a minute. Loads of love to you all.